The Nigerian Army has just delivered a massive blow to the heart of the Boko Haram insurgency in a series of high-stakes operations that have left the terrorist group reeling and their supply chains in total shambles. In a dramatic confrontation that unfolded on Thursday, February 19, 2026, troops from Operation Hadin Kai proved once again why they are the shield of the nation by taking down a notorious top commander and cutting off a critical technological lifeline. The atmosphere in the Madagali local government area of Adamawa State was tense as the military, working in perfect sync with local hunters and vigilantes, laid a masterfully planned ambush along the Visik River line. As the sun began to set around 5:30 in the evening, the silence was shattered by an intense exchange of gunfire when the insurgents walked right into the trap. When the smoke cleared, one of the most wanted figures in the region, a former hybrid commander identified as Abdullahi Mafa, lay neutralized. Mafa was a man whose name struck fear into many as he was known for orchestrating brutal attacks and coordinating logistics across the Madagali axis for years. His death is not just a tactical victory, it is a clear message that there is no hiding place left for those who seek to destabilize the peace of our great country. But the military was far from finished with their day's work. Just an hour later, the operation moved from the riverbanks to the bustling Madagali Motor Park, where intelligence led the troops to a target that many would never have suspected. In a raid that caught everyone off guard, the army arrested a 64-year-old man named Dauda Usman Gubula. Now, you might look at a man of that age and see a grandfather, but the military has identified him as a high-level collaborator and a specialized drone supplier for Boko Haram. Imagine the shock of finding out that a senior citizen was allegedly the brain behind the eyes in the sky for these terrorists. During the arrest, the troops recovered 2 sophisticated aerial drones and 20 solar power banks from him. This discovery is incredibly significant because it shows how these groups are trying to use modern technology to monitor our troop movements and plan their strikes. By taking Dauda Gubula into custody, the army has effectively blinded the insurgents in that sector and cut off their ability to charge their devices in the remote forest areas. The sheer bravery of our soldiers who are out there day and night is something we must all appreciate. And if you truly value the peace and security of Nigeria and want to see more of these victories reported, please take a moment to like this video and subscribe to the channel so you can stay informed on every major development in our national security. It is through your support that we can continue to bring these stories to light and celebrate the heroes of our armed forces. The day of victories actually started much earlier in the dark hours of Thursday morning around 12:50 when troops and members of the Civilian Joint Task Force intercepted another group of terrorists at the deserted village of Guadale. These insurgents were trying to move essential supplies like detergent and salt, items that sound basic but are vital for survival in their hidden camps. One insurgent was neutralized during that heavy gunfight, while others fled into the bush with gunshot wounds, leaving their supplies behind. This coordinated effort across multiple locations shows that the Nigerian Army has moved from a reactive state to a fully proactive offensive, hunting down terrorists in their hideouts before they can even think of attacking innocent civilians. The 64-year-old drone supplier is currently undergoing intense interrogation, and security experts believe his confession could lead to the discovery of even more secret technology hubs and collaborators hidden within our communities. It is a sobering reminder that the enemies of the state can sometimes be the people we least expect. This series of successful operations underscores a massive shift in the counterinsurgency strategy for 2026, where the focus has moved toward dismantling the command structure and the technical support networks of these groups. When you kill a commander like Abdullahi Mafa and arrest a technical supplier like Dauda Gubula in the same 24-hour window, you aren't just winning a battle, you are breaking the back of the entire organization. The resilience of the people in Adamawa and Borno State is finally being met with the overwhelming force of a military that is more determined than ever to restore total normalcy.
As we watch these events unfold, it is important for every Nigerian to remain vigilant and support the See Something, Say Something initiative. Because as we have seen with the arrest of the drone supplier, intelligence from the ground is what often leads to these major breakthroughs. The 2026 training doctrine recently launched by the Chief of Army Staff is clearly yielding fruit on the battlefield, showing a more disciplined, tech-savvy, and aggressive force ready to face modern challenges. The recovery of solar power banks and drones proves that the insurgents are desperate to keep up with modern warfare, but they are being outmatched at every turn by the superior intelligence and gallantry of our troops. We must continue to stand behind our men and women in uniform as they navigate the difficult terrains of the Northeast to ensure that every Nigerian can sleep with both eyes closed. The fight is far from over, but with the neutralization of key leaders and the arrest of those providing the tools of terror, the dawn of a new peaceful era feels closer than ever before. We will continue to follow the investigation into the drone supplier and bring you any new updates as they emerge from the military high command.